Welcome to the Be Discouraged podcast, episode 4. Thanks for being here. We didn't do it last week because you were out of town. Well, actually, if we're gonna get into the nitty gritty, do you want to?
Do I want to?
Both days we schedule them for the morning. You're like, I'm down, dude. And then I wake up, do streaming till 1 o'clock my time, so 3 o'clock your time.
Right. What about it?
Okay. Cool. Point. Case closed. That's all we need.
Yeah, but I constantly work around you, and you were too tired by the time I was off of my stream.
No,
it's not my fault you woke up at 1.
No, I didn't wake up at 1. I've never woken up. Not never, but
so
last 10 years I've woken up at 1.
Didn't you just say that? Didn't I just hear you say I woke up?
No, I woke up. No, you got off stream at 1 o'clock my time, and we planned it for the morning. So when I wake up in the morning at 8:30, and the plan is to do it when Mariah's just waking up because she's chilling in there and she doesn't have to feel like she can't come out here.
This guy's he's just putting me on blast.
Okay. One cool thing that we're gonna do too is make a song for the intro for the podcast. That's gonna be fun, man. And so I want to make like a real short 6-second song. Like I want to produce it. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if you can say a real song and it's only 6 seconds.
Well, for the intro, I meant the intro for the podcast.
When you were saying a real song, I was like, I don't remember you saying anything like that.
Not 3-minute track, but like just six something cool, because you said you wanted to make an album, and I think it would be cool to just produce something.
I die, like that's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
you said I'm pretty sure the conversation was next year or something like that. You were like, I'm gonna make an album. That's way different than next year.
Well, I might do it next year,
but it'd be cool, right? It'd be cool to make an intro.
Yeah,
I think that'd be cool.
Like a little jingle or something. Yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
You're so obsessed with rap, which reminds me, I really think next year you should stop listening to rap and listen to other
I'm not going to stop. No, but I'll listen to other music. I actually just listened to like a handful of things that weren't rap just a little bit ago because people at our work. Well, I don't know. My phone's right here.
Guns N' Roses.
No, it was like more like
Motley Crue.
2000s. No, what are you talking about? Who's recommending those?
Def Leppard.
No, who do you think I'm talking to?
What were you listening to?
No, it was like some kind of like, Taking Back Sunday, that band. It wasn't that, but it was like something along the lines of that. And a couple of people at my work. Yeah, like sing-songy rock. It's kind of sad music, but I played that. There's a couple of country songs that it's like country rap, but it's cheating. But whatever. I'm trying to be more open-minded to new music. And actually, I find myself enjoying other music quite a bit. Like I was telling you that, like I've never been a dancer in my life ever. Never even felt the urge. And like the last like 6 months, probably ever since moving here and a little bit before that, I'll just be like,
you're like a baby,
commercial
dude.
songs.
When babies start hearing music, they start fucking.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah.
What's the weirdest music that you have in your library? Like if you were to show somebody some weird music that you enjoy, what could you show them?
Probably not much.
Not much.
Weird? Like what? I mean, weird is like, what define weird?
I don't know. Dude.
Like I'm not. It's not gonna weird you out.
I don't know. Like most music that I listen to, if I were to send it to people, they'll be like, "Why do you listen to this?" And it's like it's not purposeful.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be weird, but it's just what I like.
I think a lot of the music that I would listen to, you could find a reason why I'm listening to it.
Right.
So I don't think it's necessarily weird. I think I have a pretty broad net, and so I listen to a lot of artists that maybe people haven't heard of.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like weird. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious.
You do have some pretty interesting music.
I'll be curious to see what you find next year, and I'm gonna like send you music randomly and make you listen to them.
I have a playlist on Spotify for listen to later because I drive an hour every day, so it's really easy to like play a couple songs that I've never heard that someone told me to listen to. Yeah. I was telling one of the kids I work with about how you only listen to like chanting music for a long time.
Oh,
He thought it was so funny.
Why is that funny, dude?
Like just no, he loved it. They like weird music. So a lot of those kids, and kids do a lot of times, but he loves listening to like Skyrim chanting. That's funny.
It's not even Skyrim music though. It's like literally like monk stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't say he only listened to Skyrim music. I said he listened to like chanting music and like things like Skyrim music.
I'll show you some. I'll send like my top. I'm gonna write that down. Sorry, 3 Gregorian chant music. And most of them are just like cathedral sounding, but the remakes of like popular songs.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's just like cover music.
Interesting.
It's like it's not religious. It's not religious. You know.
Yeah, one genre that I can really get into is just sad music in general. It doesn't even have to be hip hop, but then it makes me sad, and I also don't vibe with it unless I'm sad. So it's kind of like a thing that.
Have you heard
like a space for it?
Upbeat sad music?
Yeah, yeah.
I can listen
like
to
anything
that.
sad,
like dancing while you're crying music, like that. That's what I would rather listen to. Because sad sappy music or super bubbly, either of those will drive me fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just such extremes for your personality, right? It's like,
what do you mean by that?
Do you feel extremely elated or
but also like mindless music.
Depressed?
Mindless music is probably up there.
But like those are tapping into emotions that are so like I think a lot of emotions are in arm's reach of you. But like those are out of arm's reach. Like those ones.
It's just bubbly. It sounds bubbly, you know.
Yeah, you're not a bubbly guy. Like you don't feel elated and just like joyful.
Joyful. You know that Life Weaver, the emote that was making you laugh so much.
Like that.
That's exactly me. That's why I gravitated towards him so much.
One of the things, actually, I just realized one of my favorite things about you is that I feel like me, I feel very middle of the road a lot of times. Like just kind of flat about a lot of things, and you're flat, like you're more middle of the road than I am. So like,
I'm more concentrated in the middle. Okay, so yeah, I think that's a really good goal for you actually next year, because I think it's gonna change things. You probably don't think that it will, but listening to more than just
I've listened to tons of music in my life though. My first half of my life, it was all rock and roll.
Not consciously.
It was all rock and like, what do you mean? That may be fair. Okay.
Yeah, you don't like sit there. It's just like, you know, music to you. It's just
I stick my fingers into my
that doesn't count though. It doesn't count. Fucking Slipknot. That's like super poster board rock.
Yeah, I was like 13, dude, and just fucking living it, playing hacky sack. Just screaming.
Oh no.
I was actually pretty good at it. We played this game, and I don't know if this is even common in other places, but we played this game called Hobbit, right? Like Hobbit, like Lord of the Rings Hobbit.
Yeah.
And the idea was that you were in a circle, and you'd pass the hacky sack to each other, and whoever dropped it got punched until you said Hobbit 3 times. And so, like some people we'd sock, and it was all body, but man, people were throwing blows. I remember one time, one senior, and I was a freshman or sophomore, straight took the wind out of me, man. Like straight to the stomach. Like,
I'm not playing shit with you guys. My God.
Dude, it was pretty hardcore, man. It was pretty hardcore. And I can be very competitive, and I think I've conquered that a lot in my life, but I wouldn't say Hobbit.
Just to get
punched. People would just punch me until they were tired. And then I actually ended up taking less punches, I think, because people were like,
just go.
This guy's not gonna say it.
If you got a hacky sack right now, do you think you could juggle it a couple times?
I think I could juggle it a couple times. I don't think I could do anything crazy. I could definitely like
more than 10.
First try, or like give me 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, I could do it in 10 minutes. Yeah, I just have to like get reacquainted with it.
I can't imagine. Did you used to wear bands?
Yeah, well, and I also used to dress super simply. So I used to only wear like cheap skateboarding shoes, fat like Osiris kind of like, you know what I mean, like thick boys.
Yeah.
And same kind of jeans and a white T-shirt every single day. And not a lot changed until I moved to college and I met my friend Cleo.
Yeah.
And I went to college with one pair of shoe and came back with 30 and like just different clothes, and it's just like, yeah.
I'm still a one pair of shoe person.
It's fun, man. I feel like that only changes when you meet somebody who's not that, especially living with them. You see them like they go to the store and get something that you wouldn't wear. You're like, dude, can I wear? Like, I think that could work on me. So I went from like super simple to being like pretty well dressed most of the time. I feel like I've gone pretty lax now. I feel like I'm in the middle. I have a lot of those clothes, but like I also don't spend a lot of money on clothes anymore.
Yeah.
So I have all of those shoes still. No, I don't really. No, I don't think so. She bought me socks. These socks.
Dude, I don't want to see your feet. No.
They're my Vegeta socks.
I can't even see. Cool. They can't even tell.
Oh, hold on.
Oh my God. Ew, dude. Get your foot out of here. This is the first time I've ever seen a foot and I got aroused.
What?
Nothing.
I'm knocking things around.
All right, so for those of you who have watched every single one of these episodes, we I tried to talk about streaming with Kevin and whether or not he was coming back to streaming, and I wanted to ask like why he quit, and he just like didn't ever want to talk about it. But recently, just shut up and listen. And recently, he sent me a text message saying that he's figured something out. Something different is going on, and he was like, "You want to wait till a podcast?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want to wait till a podcast." So I waited.
Yeah. Well, you just weren't responding, and I was like, I figure it's probably because you don't want to hear about it.
I'm a very responsive texter. Okay, so what is it? What's going on? Set me up
because we're gonna move. No, I'll set you up. We're gonna move, right? And so right now, like I was kind of in the crossroads. We talked about it last time, so I don't know what you're talking about. Me not talking about it, but I was at the crossroads between streaming and comedy.
For you to talk to me about it.
When?
I give you $7.
$7 is crazy. Why? In your head, why'd you choose 7?
Because that's how much you asked me for. Jesus.
I need $7.
You're trying to make me. Okay, I see what you're doing. All right, yeah. I didn't pay him.
Yeah. I didn't ask him. I was at the crossroads between comedy and streaming, but we're gonna move closer to where I'm working because I can see myself probably being at that location, like the clients I'm working with for a while, probably at least another year. And I can't do the drive much longer. So I need to at least cut the drive in half, which would put me like an hour away from Seattle, which kind of just like, I'm like, now I'm a little bit more oriented towards streaming. Another reason is because I had a mod chat. I have probably 3 or 4 groups, old messenger groups that were mods, right? Well, this guy, Theron, he one time cash apped me like $180. Shout out to Theron, man. $180, you just cash apped it to me. And he didn't sell any stocks, but
okay, so but, you talked about
they came in, they didn't hate my guts, right? And like I've accepted my situation in that and just like stepping away and like blocking a bunch of people and doing all that. They didn't hate my guts, and so that felt really good. And also I think this is silly, but like my friendship with you, I kind of want that space again. So that's motivating to me. It's motivating me to watch your streams and see you progress, but it's also motivating for me to be like a streamer friend with you. Not that it's necessary, but it's just fun. It's like, and I'm like, man, I'm not that. I'll be sitting in your chat and I'm like, dude, I don't know shit about streaming. You know what I mean? I don't know anything.
You're just a person, a viewer.
But and I don't hate that, but like,
to that conclusion, like just the mod chat, like
no, I think the way I make decisions is like I have, it's like a gauge, right? And like that gauge just kept moving this way, where it's like comedy's not an option. I want to chase my dreams. I like being on stream. I like making gaming content. I don't like making YouTube content as much. It's not as fun. Like I just have to go play a game to get the clips and like do all these things where I'm not impacting. I think impact's another part of it. I think comedy would be a cool way to impact people, but like impact is something that I value a lot, even if it's just like something small, like just entertaining, right? So, but like,
how far have you gotten about this thought? Like, do you have any idea what you're gonna play? Do you have any idea about a schedule? Like, what all do you know? Like your account? Are you gonna go to the real SGO? Are you gonna migrate over people to a different account?
Yeah, so no, it'll definitely probably be on SGO.
Okay.
I won't be as available offline. So I probably won't even be available offline, honestly.
I would say
don't. But I'm not streaming.
Don't even make a Discord, right? Don't even bother with Discord.
Yeah, well, and I probably would make a Discord, but I just wouldn't be in there like that.
What's the point
we'll see.
Yeah.
No, I'll be in. I'm just not going to be like. I don't want my time out of streaming and editing the videos that I make from streaming to go so much into the community. And I do believe that like to be a successful streamer, and I think something it hurts both you and I, is that sometimes we're like too inside.
Not me.
Like I'm too inside,
anymore.
and that makes me.
No way.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not really in there like that. But like I've seen us both do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where we're just so in the community and we're so available, even if it's just messages, that like people don't value our time as much when we're streaming.
Yeah. Well,
right? They've already talked to me. They already hung out.
Yeah.
I do want to be invested because I do want to like. I think one of the things that I'm really good at is being consistent, especially when I have consistency in my life and working hard towards something. And I want that part of me. I really like. I
think the most important thing to maintain that barrier or the boundary that you're looking for is to have a mod who understands what you want. Like I'll mod for you, right? And I'll shut down a ton of doors and opportunities people make, and I'll be like, hey, relax, you know. And I think being straightforward and blunt and not trying to be impactful all the time will help, you know. Like just be there naturally, and when people start getting a little bit too excited, shut them down. Just fucking shut them down.
And those are all the things, like that's why I'm so thankful I have so much time and I'm like forced to take a break because my energy just won't do it.
Yeah.
It's like those are all the things I'm thinking about, and I don't think it would be possible without separating this long.
Yeah.
But like I absolutely, man. Absolutely. I feel like I'm able to like look at what I had and see that I took it for granted, and also see how I took it for granted.
Yeah.
And the things I tried to do to fix the problems that were coming from taking it for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been thinking about it, especially when I made that switch. Once I texted you, I've been thinking about it.
So you're
full gear.
Is it like a for sure thingy? Like is it for sure?
I think so.
Sure?
I don't want to say for sure, but like it also depends on the move and how we have a deadline and we're gonna meet that. Like our goal is to meet that deadline, but like if everything pans out, and I've talked to Mariah about it, like that's my plan right now.
What have you mentioned this to Mariah about you?
Yeah.
What is she? Does she hate your guts?
No. I think she knows that I think she knows the same thing. Learn the same things I've learned.
Yeah.
Kind of. And I've also learned to show priority in my relationship more.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's helpful. Like, because I feel like it was a priority, but sometimes my actions didn't always reflect that. And I was super in this.
Yeah, and you tunnel vision hard, like with a lot of the things that you do. So I could see why she would be frustrated with you.
And I was tunnel vision for like 2 years, like just fucking posting TikToks and doing it all, you know, Discord nights and all of it. So, well, in 3 years, but she came in probably a year and a half into it. So maybe a year and a half of almost 2 years of our relationship of the three, been just like me nose down, like focused, you know?
I wanted to transition from that to one of the questions that Celie asked me, and you could answer too. But she had asked, I genuinely want to know what you think of your community. How do you feel about everyone? Now, I've had 3 very distinctive communities, and the first 2 were kind of mixed in with each other because they were like people migrating from Facebook to Twitch, and then I wanted to let go of Facebook. But the problem is that community was like super tight. I don't know if you guys have ever been into Facebook streaming, but Facebook streaming is infinitely more connected than like, you know, with Twitch, because one, you almost always know what they look like. 2, nobody has experienced streaming on Facebook, so usually that's like your first encounter with a streamer is on Facebook, and the culture is just so different with Facebook compared to Twitch. So migrating to Twitch, you deal with a lot of that entitlement that they have from Facebook, and it's both of your faults because you were feeding into it and they were giving it to you, and it was just like an endless cycle of babying people and just being a place for people to come and fucking bitch and moan and cry about everything and anything, which that's fine, but every day from every single person, it just gets really, really tiresome for everybody, including the streamer. So whenever you mix in people who were natively from Twitch and then people who are natively from Facebook, it creates this weird, like, oh, I want this more, and then like you're getting tugged back and forth. And for me, it's part of the big reason why I was totally fine with letting go of my old community and like deleting that Twitch. And for me, that was easier than like, hey, everybody just relax and everybody just change. I don't know. It's hard for people to break their ways when something is so naturally a certain way for such a long time. And then I just feel like it would have created this weird toxic ripple and, you know, drama and people talk, and I just didn't want to be a part of it. So I separated myself from that, which leads me to the question of what Celie says is like, what do I think about the community now? I don't know.
Suck.
Y'all fucking suck, man. I'm thinking about leaving again. It's just I don't know if it's better or if it's just because my brain is at a completely different spot than it was, you know, a year and a half ago. But I do appreciate the lack of pressure that I feel like I need to stream. Which I'm not generally affected by something like that, but I almost feel like I owed people to stream, even though I didn't. Like I'm nothing. I'm a nobody. I'm literally just a person, right? I might as well be a hobby boy like everybody else. But coming into streaming, like I look forward to it. I don't mind it. Like even when my kids are here, I streamed like 28 hours, 29 hours, and that's fucking a lot. That's a ton. So I would say in general, I think things are just better. I don't necessarily know if it's the people, but I do like everybody. Green Lava annoys the fuck out of me sometimes, but he's also from OG Facebook, so it makes sense.
And he's pretty tolerable.
Yeah, he's tolerable.
He's pretty tolerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's nice.
Yeah, it's like a playful,
informational.
Yeah. That's. And dude, props to him, because I'd be like, shut up, fucking neckbeard. That's what I thought, bitch. You know, like I'll be snappy and mean to him, and he's still there and hangs out and subscribes. But everybody's been really cool. We've had drama already, and instead of just dragging it out, they just leave, or we just ban them, or you know.
Yeah.
And
it feels way better on my end too. I mean, like, dude, I don't feel bad for being in your chat. Like sometimes those people would just be so dramatic or so hyper, like H-Town, dude, that like I'm just like, why am I here? And like it's so much more like oriented towards you just playing the game, you having fun. Like it's a little bit personal, but it's not like too personal.
Oh yeah,
and like I feel like
the way I stream is always going to be, you know, somewhat personal. Yeah. Yeah,
well, also because you have a good memory, so you're able to recall the one thing or the two things they mentioned last time they were there, right?
Yeah.
But like, it feels way better, dude. It's way more. The people are nicer. I don't feel like I'm being disingenuous to most of the people. I've blocked a couple people, but a lot of those were from the old ones too.
Yeah.
But like blocking those people will only increase the vibe that we're talking about.
Right. And that's good. That's what you should do. You should just like don't make a big deal about anything and just do it and move on, right?
Dude, I was even a part of it. Like the band in your community for a while. Like there's like 6 months where I was getting like saucy and tilted and jaded with my words.
It's personal, man. I mean, we're all like literally. You're from Facebook. I'm from Facebook. So it was hard to let go of that structure in that way, man.
Yeah, and I think it was also hard for us to blend communities. One thing that some of you guys might not know is that like when I was streaming and he was streaming, there was a lot of crossover. There's a lot of crossover. People like shout out to Innocent Zero, but like that's my guy.
Yep.
Like technically, that's my guy, right?
Rajrashka, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I got goosebumps from that, dude.
Oh,
just want to let you know. It's stupid. I've been getting a lot lately, dude. But I've been feeling good.
The crazy thing is though, is that Ruds has been passed around like a little slut, you know? He's been passed around.
Yeah, and he loves it, dude.
But the thing is that a lot of those communities still exist, but he prefers, you know, like mine, or like when you come back, he's gonna prefer you, and he won't even bother going back to those other places. He just he just needs a home, a little orphan slut, you know?
Yeah, dude. and like, I think one of the things I actually, never mind. I don't want to hyper. I was about to psychoanalyze Ruds, and I'm like,
don't do it. Try it. Just go.
Well, I just think that like, I think that he has something like kind of. I think it's everybody, but like a little bit more so, where he wants to be able to be himself, but he knows he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And like, I think he feels really comfortable being.
Yeah, he's come into himself. His own. Like he's learned how to allow himself to be a little creeper boy, but speak in a tactful way, right? So now he can do it without everybody being like, can we ban this guy? You know, because before he was like, I was like, dude, you probably shouldn't say it. Like, remember Puppy Mochi? When she was around, he would come in my stream and straight up be like, just like something completely
cringe, dude. It's the worst. I'd be there, and I'd be like, "What the fuck
dude,
are you saying, dude?"
I was like, "I know she's pretty or whatever, but you can't just like she's my friend too, right? You can't just like talk to people like that."
And shout out to Innocent Zero, because out of anybody I've ever seen, he's been banned more times and muted more times and stayed around than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's learned though. Like a lot of people don't learn. A lot of people they'll keep failing and failing, and then they'll get ostracized, and then they're gone. But I mean, we took our time and we helped him build up, and you know now he's a very likable Indian.
Yeah, that's funny. So funny, dude. Like, that's hilarious. But to answer the question myself, well, no. One thing is I want to be able to enjoy streaming again, and like you said, because I don't think you enjoyed it for a long time, and I didn't enjoy it for a long time.
I just had no direction anymore, you know. I didn't care anymore.
And I think that came from the energy I was putting into it, and not just like the amount, but also the angle in which I was putting it. And a lot of that came into the community, and I think I had similar problems with my community that you had. Even though I liked them, it was I felt pressure. I felt like I had to do it to like keep pursuing it. I wasn't doing it for the right reasons, and so like I feel like when I start again, I want what you have. Yeah. But again, that's part of the inspiration, right? It's like seeing you start from scratch, see new people embed themselves in it, and they're not just like rotten, but it's also because it's your approach.
Yeah.
Right? Like his community used to be so needy. My community used to be so needy in some ways. Like, and I think they were different, but then there was bleed over where his needy people were in my stream and my needy people were in his stream. And it's just like constant. It was like,
and all those people were fucking Facebookers because they came from your stream on Facebook too. And that's like the
assumption.
That's the root of the problem. Fucking Facebook culture.
Yep. Even first names, like there's just a lot I would change, and I think I was doing some of those changes, but it's just so easy to see, like being this separated because it's February. It's October. I quit in February, dude.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's a long break. Yeah,
it's been a long time.
That's crazy. Crazy to think about.
Do you have any idea what kind of streams you'll be doing? Like what games you'll be playing? And I think
I haven't thought about that yet.
I really think if you need some structure, that way you're not hopping around and thinking about what you need to do, and you know, kind of similar to my structure where I have a game, we do it, we finish it, and boom.
Yeah, I'll just have to get clever with how my structure works. I do agree with you, but like, I think I need to,
because you like to play games off stream, which is what hurts you.
But I've also gotten a lot better at playing multiple games too. So like I've been playing tons of Baldur's Gate, right? Like the first Ascendant, and I'm playing Overwatch now. So I feel like, and it all depends on what I'm playing when I start. But I think I'll have a better idea soon. But I do think I need structure. But I think I need to figure out a way to do it that doesn't lock me in and makes me feel like I'm forced to play this game longer. Like I think I could suffer a little bit. I've gotten so far from suffering through streaming that like I think I could do it for a little bit, but I just need to be like mindful of like how that's structured so I don't fucking hate it. Yeah, so I'll probably come in light, maybe a couple days a week, and then go from there. I probably want to ease into it. I think it'll be really easy to stream a game 2 days a week.
When I smell a percentage of mania increasing, I will tell you. I'll be like, hey dude, you're being a little bit.
Do you feel it in me now? I feel it.
Yeah, like it's like a rubber banding, right? Like when you're lagging, it's like anybody watching this right now, go back to the last one and tell me there's not a difference. Just tell me. What's our runtime? What's our uptime right now? I need a timer. I'm gonna start. It's 31
remind me next
minutes
time
right now, but once we cut everything down, it'll be like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Okay. Remind me to start a timer next time. But yeah, do you have anything else? I had Overwatch, talking about Overwatch and Baldur's Gate, but go ahead.
So was it last week when I came back from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
So I was there Tuesday to Saturday. I got there Tuesday morning, and then I left Saturday morning, and I went to visit a friend. And out of the 4 days that I was there, I probably was with them collectively for about 45 minutes. That's how
crazy.
And dude, I slept so much. Like I would sleep I would wake up around 5 a.m. I would go get breakfast at the hotel area. It was like waffles and muffins, orange juice. I would go to my room and I'd sleep till like 2 p.m. Then I'd wake up, I'd like shower, drink, go back to sleep.
Like drink alcohol or drink
like water or
okay. Yeah.
Dollar store drinks that I bought, because I also didn't have any money there because my insurance took my money out of my account and I couldn't get my money back for 48 hours. So that was like,
that's crazy.
It was awful, man, because I couldn't do anything.
It's a long trip. Long trip. I have to ask questions because I've been waiting. Actually,
that's fine.
Have you noticed I haven't asked almost anything?
Yeah, that's good because I would have shut you down immediately.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, I would sleep, and then I didn't see her Tuesday. I think it was Wednesday when I saw her, and it was like,
okay, Wednesday. How long did you see her?
No, hold on. Tuesday, no. Wednesday she came in the morning to say hi before she went to work, and then that was like 10, 15 minutes. And then after work she came by, and that was like for 30, 35 minutes, and then she had to go back home. And then we planned on like going to have dinner or something the day after that, but she couldn't leave because
that's crazy, dude.
Because she was with her family, you know. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, I mean,
her family,
yeah. I was like, well, I mean, there's nothing that can be done about that. And I didn't really care because I had my laptop there, so I had entertainment, and I was just sleeping. And then
how much did you spend on all of it?
The flight was like 600.
Holy shit, dude!
And the hotel was like 2 something.
That's not bad. The hotel price isn't bad at all.
It was really, really good. It was really good.
The ticket's crazy.
See, I'm used to, like, I don't know what a cheap flight is, because every time I would come home from Virginia when I was in the Army, I was always paying like $700, $800 for round trip tickets.
Yeah.
But
well,
I think
like,
it's because
I guess like
the airport. I live in a city with a shitty airport. Like if I were to buy my ticket in Dallas or Houston, or it would probably be like, you know, $400, $300. But since this airport fucking sucks, I'm always paying, you know, an extra $200.
And I'm not saying the flight itself is like too expensive for what you got for it, but what I'm just saying is like $880 something dollars.
No, it's expensive because you can literally go to another country for $800.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is $800 and something dollars for to hang out with someone for 45
minutes. That's very crazy. Expensive. Yeah. So which dude, that brings me to one of the things that I wanted to talk about. There was one of the big notes in my phone.
Okay.
Is like I was really thinking about like destiny and fate and
what's fate?
Like what is it?
The game?
No, like
it's like a game.
Motherfucker!
Oh,
no,
Destiny
like
and Fate. I was thinking of a video game. Oh, my bad.
I was like, I literally gave you context, and then I was like, a game.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Destiny and Fate. Okay.
You're thinking Destiny the game too? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we talking about? Go ahead.
Dang.
It's just Destiny and Fate is a very like outside of our normal conversation. So Destiny. Yeah, go ahead. Good. Destiny
and
Fate.
I was thinking about like Destiny Fate, like predetermined things, and I remember I used to talk to you about. It's like. It doesn't matter if you're the best streamer in the world, right? No one will ever know unless they find you. And if you don't stream long, then you know the odds of you being found grow smaller and smaller. And if the same for posting content, right? If you don't post content, it all applies the same. But dude, when I was like laying there sleeping for, I probably slept more than I was awake when I was there, like by far. But I would get stuck in this loop of thought. I was like. No matter what I do or how long I do something, or if I don't do something to avoid a certain thing, like if this is destiny or like we're predetermined to do something, it doesn't matter how much or how less I do anything, because somewhere down the line, if it's all pre-programmed or something, it's going to happen, right? Kind of like with like a lot of the ancient god stories were who's it, Zeus? Or when he has to eat his babies so that way they don't usurp him, and then he ends up getting usurped anyways because he leaves one. It's a very similar train of thought to that. So like, what if you were not streaming, right, and one of your videos kicked off and say it got like 80 million views, and then all of a sudden your Twitch was like 50K followers? Wouldn't that entice you to stream again just out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Right, and then
100%.
It's like no matter what, inevitably you were brought there. But if you hadn't posted that clip 4 years ago, then that very moment wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I was like, dude, if that's the case, then like I don't know, because I've always had a pull towards something or some things, and I feel like we all have like those pulls. You know, the gravitations towards doing art, doing music, doing whatever it is that you feel your pull towards. But I used to be all action, but now I'm just like inevitability. and it's kind of dangerous because I'm super lazy, but it
inevitably only happens through action. So right. I think there's like a combination. Like I think you leap to the other side, right. And you just gotta find that like
it goes both ways.
And you are
because like I said, one of your videos from 2 years ago could make you where you want to be instead of anything.
But that was only because I took the action then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not a state of constant action. It's just like it was meant to happen. No matter how hard you worked from that point, it was irrelevant.
But that's only one side of this. I see what you're saying, but that's only half that's the backwards part, right? Mm-hmm. Like that same argument can be made for the clip that you post tomorrow, and wouldn't have happened unless you made the action.
Right, exactly.
Right,
but it's still just inevitable. So
I think that's the truth.
I was like destined to die in my bed or anything else, and I'm okay with those things. Right? Yeah, it's either this. Or
I think
that.
you're destined for bigger things, dude. I do.
Know.
I think you have a lot of genius in you. And I think there's ways that you show it, and I think there's only a matter of time where it's like it's only translated to a lot of money for you.
Hold on, not to suck my own dick, but what do you mean a lot of genius in me? I
think there's some social genius. I think there's some artistic genius. Like I think there's many ways that you do art that are very good. And what I'm saying is that even if you don't think that they're genius, there's certain things that you do that if you keep taking action with them, you'll inevitably make the money, the financial aspect of it, right. Whether it's art or digital design or fucking, whatever streaming.
What do you think your calling would be? Like, what is the pull that you've had for however long?
I think it's like, I think it falls under the same things except art maybe, but like digital design's still kind of in there. But I get pulled by digital design, video editing, streaming, posting content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like engaging with people, like impact on, like, you do these things for so long that somebody's going to message you and be like, hey, this really helped or changed me or like something. And those moments pull me a lot.
Right.
Yeah. And even if it's just like, one of the things I've realized too, outside of streaming, because I'm is that like wherever I go, people are always like, dude, you change the room. Like you're so upbeat, like you're so positive. And I used to hate being called positive, but like I value that in streaming too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those similar things, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
what were we just talking about?
What do you mean?
I can't remember. What context was this in?
Just like what do you think your destiny, your pull could inevitably lead you to?
I think it's content creation, for sure. For sure. Somehow, some way. I think it's somehow getting into the public eye through entertainment.
Yeah.
Like that's all I dream about. That's all I think about.
And if you were to get there, what would you like? Do you have a what's next, or would it be just keep doing what you're doing? Or
I think I need to start again first.
Yeah.
And then build up a tolerance to streaming, or like see if I enjoy it again. I think that'd be really telling. I think I need to do it more than a couple times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like we said, if it is a predestined thing, then you were meant to take a long break to get to a certain point, and then maybe that's what you.
I think it is. I think it is because I keep going back. Right. It's like it's the one thing that, like, other than video games, and that's one of the conclusions I made. You're like, where'd you make this conclusion? It's always going to be video games.
Yeah.
It's always, that's like the thing. That's the thing that I love so much, and streaming and content creation is the avenue where I would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Last thing.
That would be cracked. Good.
Last thing before we leave. Okay. So this was also from Seely Tova. She asked if we had what are your religious beliefs, if any? And I can answer first.
Good.
So from 2016 till last year, sometime in October, I prayed every night before sleep. I've never missed it, never ever. And I had like an extreme amount of faith, and like it didn't matter. It wasn't really associated to like Christianity or Catholicism or anything. It was just like me and God, right?
And it was thick.
Yeah.
Even though it was subtle, it was thick.
Yeah.
You could feel it.
Yeah. But after my psychedelic incident, the day after that, I haven't prayed since. I completely dropped everything. It's just like a switch, right? I didn't feel indebted. I didn't feel obligated. I didn't feel a sense of what if, and it was really hard for me to wrap my head around what I was praying to, because of things that I had seen. And a part of me wanted to associate that lack of belief as like maybe there was an evil, right? Even though it was a very neutral experience. Like I didn't feel spiritually lifted. I just felt like fucking trapped, dude. I'm fucking scared, you know.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you believe in evil?
I don't believe in
right
like,
now.
No, like evil or good. Like okay, I get that there's bad things, right? And there's things that shouldn't be done, but as it to be perceived as evil or good, I can't, because that like contradicts.
Well, maybe you're just stuck on those terms. Like, what defines evil to you? Is it like the inside or your action? Because if someone's motivated,
both, right? I can. Go
you don't think Genghis Khan was evil? Genghis Khan was like. I think there's a threshold to where like actions like surpass anything that you would think like maybe that's not his core, right?
I mean, because I'm at my core evil in thoughts, but my actions aren't, right?
Yeah, but Genghis Khan was both, right? Like he like
it depends on who's looking at him.
I don't know. I I don't think it's that subjective when that much comes into play. I think there is a gray area, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think people exceed that bubble. And it's funny because like my psychedelic experiences, even though they're like, I think this was probably 4 or 5 years ago, made me believe more in evil and in good.
Right.
Like I told you that like I took on the universe of suffering, crushed the shit out of me, dude. So I was like out of this world, astral projection in the universe, let it crush me, and it was like the most intense thing I ever experienced. And I got sent back into that, looking into this one guy's eyeballs on TikTok, and like that moment actually, and it's kind of designed to be uncomfortable. That moment made me believe in evil.
Right.
I can think about it now, and it still gives me chills.
Yeah. See, and
like there was some.
That's I don't know if that's a product of our psyche, like literally ours, like yours and mine. I don't think it could be true if you could figure that out and find more peace. What do you mean?
That's really like I knew that. I didn't necessarily believe that. I discovered those things, and it made me better. And I think that almost makes it more true. I know that sounds kind of far-fetched, but yeah, I think that adds validity to it. It's like that experience changed me similar ways that changed you.
Right. So do you have religious beliefs? And if so, what?
I don't think so. I don't think I have a title for it. I don't know. I don't think I have. I think that I believe a lot of folks are right. And I think there might be a lot of ways to get to the thing that people want.
Yeah.
And I think it just might be written differently. That's what I believe.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything, right? I'm more discombobulated than anything than ever. I'm at the point to thinking where, you know, everything is constructs, and regardless of what I think about is all fake. It's you know, it doesn't exist outside of our realm. And, you know, we can be programmed to believe things or think things. And
I don't think we're necessarily programmed. I don't think that. That's not something I believe. But I do believe this. Well,
okay.
I don't believe that you and I are programmed.
Okay.
I believe that maybe some other people might be. But
look, no. See, we're getting caught up in the words again. Programmed as in we're on a script in which we can have a baseline and we can't exceed certain comprehensions, right? So even if
no matter what,
right? There's a cap, there's a capacity, there's a maximum, and there's just no way to breach that maximum, and that fits within the program.
That's not very human. Well, where'd my camera go?
That's not very human. Whoa, where'd my camera go? That's right. We can
my phone died. It wasn't charged.
We can wrap it up there.
Bye, guys.
Fun. Yeah. Bye,
Great
everybody.
podcast, dude. That was fun.